for the top. At 24 years old, he was a talented rap artist on his way to a recording contract and a successful career. But his life would change forever in the blink of an eye.
He was in a car crash and he had broken his neck.
He spent more than a month in the hospital, followed by an intense physical therapy regimen.
I started using PCP when I broke my neck in the car accident. I smoked it and I didn't feel the pain. I didn't know how to cope. So I began to self-medicate. But I didn't understand that it was affecting my mind also.
PCP, or phencyclidine, is a dissociative anesthetic that separates the mind from the body.
Dissociative drugs alter one's perception of sight and sound, and also cause feelings of detachment. Feeling out of body can occur under the influence of this type of drug. Also, PCP can cause intense anxiety.
PCP models some of the symptoms of schizophrenia, visual and auditory hallucinations. PCP can cause homicidal ideations or feelings where one wants to hurt other people. It is one of those drugs that can directly lead to aggression.
PCP causes psychosis, so you don't know what's going to happen when you get someone high on PCP.
Instead of focusing on his career, he fell into PCP. In the spring of 2002, Antron went on a week-long bender. On April 10th, he was hanging with two friends at an apartment in Compton.
They were all kicking back, listening to music.
There was another guy there named Doc, who was a friend of Tanisha Isaiah.
And there were drugs.
The properties of PCP, or phencyclidine, are cyclic, meaning you can't determine what state the individual who's using PCP is going to be in. It'll go from a stimulant to a hallucinogen, or a combination hallucinogen-stimulant to a depressant. It's very unpredictable.
Singleton says to Doc, I'm going to get some. It's time for you to leave.
The dose level is 1/20th of a milliliter. That's one drop from an eyedropper. That will last the average user 24 hours of influence. You talk to somebody who uses PCP on a regular basis, the term 2 puffs I'm good, 3 puffs I'm whacked applies. He's got no idea where he is or what he's doing. He was out of control, and he doesn't remember going from point A to point B. When that third party left, he was a handicapped person, or a disabled person. By the time he made it down the stairs, he heard a scream coming from the room. He ignored it, and the assault on Mrs. Sias began. There was a blood trail going up the stairs and into the apartment. The apartment was unkept. Things were knocked over. The blood trail went from the living room into the hallway and into the bedroom where we found the victim. At some point after, hopefully, she went unconscious. He went to the kitchen. Pulled out a knife. she was eviscerated in her chest about right here. And there was a piece of tissue on the floor next to her body. Later found out to be a lung. It was such a fierce stabbing. The magnet actually broke off. It was a very grisly murder. There was a lot of rage in this murder. PCP causes the core temperature to rise, to elevate, and you get super hot. You want to get cool, and you take your clothes off. You're also in a cyclic mode where you have stimulant signs and then depressant signs swinging around. Eventually, you'll see their body relax, and they'll go into a blank stare. After he committed the murder, he got up and left their apartment and was walking on the street aimlessly. I don't think he had any knowledge of where he was going or what he was doing. An officer was driving down the street when he saw what he described as a tall African-American female wearing a tight red dress walking across the intersection. As he got closer, he realized it was a tall black male who was naked and covered in blood.
There was a call of a naked man walking down the street. If you ask any policeman who's worked in Los Angeles County, the first thought that should appear in their head, and likely does, is PCP.
In my humble opinion, somebody who wasn't in full control of their emotions and their faculties. He could not communicate. He was grunting and groaning and howled like an animal and cried. It was almost like an episode of Twilight Zone. I mean, the minute I saw him, I knew he was under influence of PCP.
Coming up.
I guess you have to ask yourself, did he ever think of this before when he was doing his rap songs? Was he living out one of his fantasies?